Out of the blue, it was just announced that the Mighty Nein are getting their very own show. These characters are from Critical Role's second campaign. Soon the world is going to meet Beauregard Lionette, Caleb Widogast, Ford, Jester Lavore, Molly Mock Tealeaf, Not the Brave, and Yasha Nye Doran. The series is going to be released by Amazon because as part of this announcement, Amazon has locked down Critical Role with a multi-year exclusive TV and film deal. And also, it's exciting because Critical Role will handle its own production of this animated series through a company called MetaPigeon. So it looks like Critical Role is doing a lot in-house for this new show. Hopefully they'll have complete creative control over this new show, and be able to put everything they have into it with a strong infrastructure and of course an amazing cast. But I know what you're asking, when will we get this series? Well, the Mighty Nein has not gone into production yet. But what's the timeline? Well, from what I could find, on average for an animated series, it takes about 2 months to create one episode with high quality animation. If they're going to be going off the standard 12 episodes, that's 24 months or 2 years to create the series. And let's add in an extra 6 months just because they haven't really entered production yet. So I think it's safe to say that we'll probably see the Mighty Nein late 2025 or early 2026. And this will probably coincide nicely with the end of Vox Machina, because it's likely that Vox Machina is going to go on for probably 5 seasons, with Season 3 coming out in 2024, and Season 4 likely coming out in 2025. And if they get a Season 5, that will probably be coming out 2026. So we'll never go too long without a Critical Role animated show. But there might be some OGL issues. And this topic probably deserves its own video. But the Mighty Nein series as a whole really leans into D&D specific races, monsters, and characters. Even more so than their first campaign did. And with all the turmoil going ahead, it will be interesting to see how Critical Role and MetaPigeon handle this going forward. Will they bite the bullet and pay Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro their money, or will they make slight alterations to the design of the characters and the story so that they don't need to pay those royalties? Only time will tell. But I know I personally would not mind if Critical Role made the business decision to space themselves further apart from D&D as a whole. And now I'm going to go into potential spoilers for Season 1 and talk about what the season might look like. So if you haven't seen the first 30-ish episodes of Critical Role Season 2, probably click away from this video. But based on the Legend of Vox Machina, the season will likely be broken into 4 parts of 3 episodes each. And I imagine the season will cover the biggest points of their first arc come together. That means episodes 1 to 3 will be the Mighty Nein meeting in Trostenwall, the carnival that we all know and love. So that also involves clearing their name, getting the name the Mighty Nein, and heading over to Zadash. That leaves episodes 4 to 6 for the Mighty Nein doing their shenanigans within Zadash. So that means their late night breaking and enterings, chaos at the Zauberspire, getting the dodecahedron, and a lot of the main setup for the series. That leaves episodes 7 to 9 for the Mighty Nein to start working with the Gentlemen. And you can also probably throw the Harvest Festival into this time, but definitely in episodes 7 to 9 we need to pick up Kiri, as they're one of my favorite characters in all of Campaign 2. And definitely they'll be an audience favorite. And this leaves the final half of the season, episodes 10 to 12. Here the Mighty Nein probably heads back to the Gentlemen, picks up a new fateful quest, heads to Hupperduke, drops off Kiri there, and then we have the part of the show where Yasha, Jester, and Ford get kidnapped. The party tries to launch a rescue, and the season probably ends with the end of Mollymock. I want the season put together like this because I really want the audience to feel the tragic loss of Mollymock. Part of the reason why the Mighty Nein story hit me so hard is because of Mollymock's death. If they could build up to that moment in Season 1 and really have it hit, I think the show is off and running from there. Because really, the death of Mollymock is the birth of the Mighty Nein. I would really like it if over the first season, the characters grow together and really formulate as a family. But their bond becomes unbreakable once they lose Mollymock and vow to get Yasha, Ford, and Jester back. And I'll say on a personal note that I love the Mighty Nein. I think it's Critical Role's best campaign to date. And if they are able to tell the Nine's full story, it might be one of the greatest animated shows of all time. And if you're a fan who's watched the entire series, I think you'd agree with me on this. I genuinely believe that the Mighty Nein could be the next Arcane. This animated show could win awards. Critical Role, their production company MetaPigeon, and Amazon Prime can take the lessons they've learned from Vox Machina, give themselves time, and make something spectacular. The characters of the Mighty Nein have so much nuance and depth, and I cannot wait to see them brought to life on the small screen. Basically, I cannot wait for this show. Now, if you liked this video, consider checking out this one right here, and thank you for entering the dungeon.